Hey, Shalom, Israel. First off, I would like to say, Call Halal, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah Bahashim Rakakwadash. I would like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Also would like to say peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, the Akim that's pushing his word in all sincerity and faith throughout the four corners of the earth. For the few sisters that watch and believe, Shalom to you as well. I just want to speak a few words on, because I was watching Monique, the comedian Monique. Her and her husband, they was just basically going into how they didn't like the fact that Oprah was involved in the docu-series to bring out things about the deceased Michael Jackson. And then, of course, Oprah's partner, or whatever you want to call it, Gayle King, she had just also recently did the interview with R. Kelly. I mean, everybody is pretty much up to speed on what's going on. Esau, through the setting up of the so-called black woman to move his agenda as far as demonizing and just basically casting just a negative spell on the so-called black man. Everyone is pretty much privy to it at this point in time. I mean, it's so tacky and sloppy at this point. You really can't hide that there's an agenda to negatively portray the so-called black man. And Esau, as he's always did, just through the legacy of slavery, he always tries to destroy the black man by using the so-called black woman. So Oprah, she's nothing but a buck dancing coon for the upliftment and the continuation of a self-proclaimed white supremacy, man. She's nothing but a guard dog for the Edomites, the higher up Edomites, which are you self-proclaimed white people. But that's Esau's oldest trick in the playbook, man, using our women to negatively portray us, man. So it's all about attacking the Israelite man at the end of the day. But this is just another way how Esau, the serpent, is doing it. You know what I'm saying? He's using our women. So I just want to read a few scriptures that came to mind as I was just meditating on this whole situation, because I'm not defending R. Kelly or Michael Jackson. Whatever wicked deeds that they done, hey, the Lord at the end of the day, he's the ultimate judge. But that doesn't take away from the fact that there's clearly an agenda just to negatively portray so-called black men. Point blank, period, man. And the effed up part about the whole situation with Michael Jackson, this dude has been deceased for like 10 years, man. So it's like, damn, that's just a bad look. But hey, you self-proclaim, or you so-called black women, man, hey, you gonna go down right alongside your tag team partner Esau, man. I'm gonna just read the scriptures, man, before I go too long. I'm gonna start here. I'm in Jeremiah 31 in verse 22. It says, "How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter?" And this is really talking about the nation of Israel, which is likened into a woman of the Most High that was married unto the Most High. But the Most High wrote us a bill of divorcement because we committed adultery and with the different idols, So, but in the scheme of what's going on today within Israel's predicament today, you can also equate this to the women of our nation, man, the backsliding actual women of the nation of Israel. Namely, right now, I'm talking about Oprah Winfrey, Gayle King, women that are being basically used as pawns in Esau's grand chessboard to negatively portray the self-proclaimed black man and just further divide and destroy our nation as a whole. I'm going to read it again. Jeremiah 31 and 22. It says, "How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man." So that's a new thing in the earth, man. Right now, you have, just through this whole feminist agenda and this women's empowerment movement, and then you had International Women's Day that had just came up just recently. You can clearly tell that we're in a time where women are getting put up on a pedestal and perpetuated through this system of white supremacy, man. Which that's a new thing in the earth, because if you're going just to the history of different empires that ruled, man, men were always at the forefront. Men were always the focal point of emphasis within that empire. So that's why you can tell that's an indication through the spirit that America's through, man. It's circling the drain. It's only a matter of time before this place just completely collapse, because Esau, the self-proclaimed white man, he empowers women and sets up women in positions of authority, which that's a new thing in the earth. We know, according to the scriptures, that the woman, it was designed to be the weaker vessel. That's why they have emotions. They're more emotional and have estrogen because that's their lot. That's not a bad thing to be emotional, because you need that, because a woman is supposed to raise up the kids and guide the household. You need empathy to raise a child. So women, they have a beautiful role, but it's a new thing in the earth, women being empowered and having all of this control, so to speak, over their body. Basically, women have more authority over men, pretty much. That's what it's coming to on every level. So this whole thing with whether you want to talk about the Gayle King interview with R. Kelly or Oprah Winfrey doing this docuseries to expose things on a deceased dude that ain't even here to defend himself, man, that shows just an agenda to negatively portray the self-proclaimed or the so-called black man, the Israelite man, and also just bring into full force that heavy feminist, independent, you don't need a man mentality, which has destroyed the nation of Israel. The removal of the father, a strong father figure in the household, that completely destroyed us as a nation. But Esau, he's trying to continue that destruction. He's trying to deliver the final blows, and he's using our own women to do it, But that's a new thing, man. A woman shall compass a man. Women having authority in all manner of government. Right now, you even have just recently, this chick, I forgot what high school, but she got a college scholarship to be the first female player to be offered a full scholarship to play football, man. Just in even things like that, that shows that we're in the last days of the last days, man. The Lord, he's not going to allow this wickedness to go on too much longer, like it talks about in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, because wickedness had exceedingly polluted the planet. And further such, just putting women up over men, that's a new thing. And that's a thing of wickedness. That's a thing of disorder. That's why the Most High is going to be so justified to bring destruction of a great Babylon, which is America. Because I think this comedian, Eddie Griffin, even he said, like any so-called like black man that was in the entertainment business or whatever, was a celebrity that had, a high esteem and a high level of stature and status, before they died, they don't never make it unscathed, man. And we can go into the examples of the Bill Cosbys, and of course, O.J. Simpson, he self-destructed, but, you can tell there's always been an agenda to destroy the so-called black man. And right now, that's being perpetuated at a high level just to negatively portray the black man, the so-called black man, And right now we're in the awakening period. So a lot of so-called black men are learning more information through the internet and through social media to where you can't run games on them and stuff like that. Even when dealing with these women that are wicked, like our men are getting more empowered just through the awakening period. So Esau, he recognizes this. So that's why he has to use our own women to try to further demonize us and portray us negatively as a nation collectively of men. But I wanted to get this. This is in Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. It says, "As for my people, children are their oppressors and women rule over them. O my people, O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy path." So as for the people, as for the children of Israel, the Lord's chosen people, children are our oppressors, because the self-proclaimed white man, the nation of Edom, Esau in the Bible, we were set up to, Esau comes from us. Esau comes from us. So children are set up over us, ruling over us right now. And it says, and women rule over them, because Esau, the wicked, according to the scriptures, the self-proclaimed white man, they always set up our women in authority over us, man. It's going back to slavery. buck breaking, raping the men in front of the woman. You know what I'm saying? Just doing all these different things just to really just strip that badge of manliness from the Israelite man and just degrade him and just have him to have zero value within the structure of his family. And then just in society as a whole, it's just a negative portrayal in any given chance of the so-called black man. But everyone is catching wind of that. That's why it's a beautiful time, man. Even with Oprah Winfrey, what she's doing, man, you could clearly tell it's an agenda. And she's nothing more than just a chess piece, a pawn in the grand scheme of things, you know, to destroy our people. And it says, "Oh, my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err." And that's just really talking about the different fake, phony, baloney leaders, so-called leaders of our nation, man. Whether you want to talk about these pastors in these Christian churches teaching these false doctrines, not actually teaching our people about the judgments of the Bible and the certain instructions, the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible that our people should be keeping through faith, you know, to get closer to the Lord, teaching about the destruction of America, teaching our people not to take the RFID microchip, all of these different false leaders, man, that have been of no value because they didn't teach our people who they were and teach our people to fear the Most High and to be obedient to the Most High. You know, ultimately, that's caused our people to err and destroys the way of our path. That's why we're collectively as a nation, you know, in this predicament that we in, man. Being the poorest nation of people on the planet, the most strung out on drugs, the sickest nation of people, the most ignorant. You can go on and go on. But it's all a systematic setup, starting with putting the women in authority. And then that's just straight kill shot to the whole family structure of the nation of Israel. And you could tell furthermore, like I've been going into in the lesson, that right now is just an all out campaign to demonize and place this negative portrayal on the so-called black man. And even further such, the Israelite man, the men of faith that are preaching in boldness the correct doctrine of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua according to the scriptures, man, breaking out the fullness of the role within these scriptures. They're going to really try to demonize the men of the Lord, you know. But I'm going to get this real quick. I'm still in Isaiah. I'm going to just jump over to chapter 29. I didn't want to make this too long. I just wanted to speak a few words because I was just like, man, I was watching that interview or that video that Monique and her husband was going into the Oprah situation. I mean, Oprah, man, everyone's just waking up to the fact that she's just the biggest coon ever, man, for the self-proclaimed white man, for the Edomites, man. She's not about the empowering of the nation of Israel, you so-called black people, man. That's why going back in the 90s on her shows, she mostly, you look in the crowd, it was always Edomites, self-proclaimed white people in the crowd, man. But her and her tag team buddy Esau, they're right now in a campaign to negatively portray the so-called black man. And no one is really ignorant to these facts no more, man. Everything's just so sloppily played. You know, Esau's sloppily pen in his hand right now, and everybody is able to see it for what it is. He's being exposed on all ends. But I'm going to get this. This is Isaiah 29. Yeah, Isaiah 29 and 15. It says, "Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us?" So that's historically what the nation of Edom has always done. They've operated in secrecy. That's why you have a secret society. You have all of these different secret meetings, the Bilderberg meetings, on the Bohemian Grove meetings, you know what I'm saying, the G20 summits, all of these different councils, man, that they're working evil works in the background, but everything's coming to light. The man of sin is being revealed. And the people, the pawns that he's using within our people to cast his wicked spells and his witchcraft and his traps, they're being exposed as well. Namely, Oprah Winfrey, Gayle King, you know, all of these different fake, phony leaders, so-called leaders of our people that really are in the pockets, are in cahoots with the damn devil, you know. But it's beautiful. We're in the awakening time, you know, the internet, through the spirit of the Lord, allowing the internet to get this truth out there. You know, really, of course, the men of the Lord that are preaching the upright doctrine, and for the ears that hear the truth, they're getting on a higher level. But just a lot of the masses of the people, they're just exposed to all different amounts of information. So you really just can't fool people with all of these different distractions right now, because you got all types of war and rumors of wars. You had this situation between the U.S. and Russia where they're basically breaking a nuclear arms treaty. So we're getting closer to World War III, but they want to steady just bring up old cases on deceased men and things that really are of no value in the times that we in, man, to really directly impact someone's life in a positive way to where they'll be able to sustain themselves, But like I said, I just want to say a few words, man. Esau's being exposed. All the pawns within our wicked people that are being coons and playing right into Esau's hands, they're being exposed for what they truly are. So we're in a beautiful time for the brothers that's out there pushing his word. Just keep pushing his word to the best of your ability and just get locked in that process until the Lord comes to redeem us. So with all being said, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shah Ba'Hashem Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect.